We rely on technology more than ever, and it seems to me that this is more dangerous than ever, and we might be reaching a breaking point. All of our data is stored on electronic devices, right? And all of the information that we get is from internet sources, social media, news sites, creators we like, other journals, whatever. And here's the issue. A lot of this data is stored on a cloud or server somewhere out of our control, right? They're controlled and owned by someone else. And while we have access to it, we don't really control it or own it. And what happens if the system breaks down or the servers disappear someday, right? Your access to your data might disappear too. Even data that's not on the cloud and is just stored on your devices has been totally proven to not be private either. Any documents, text, photo, video, any other media can totally be accessed by the government or phone manufacturers like Apple if and when they need to, or maybe just want to see it. And don't forget about anything you've ever posted on any platform online, right? Posts, anything you've published, any comment that you've made anywhere, stuff that you've liked. This is going to be public information forever. The point is this: you should treat everything you do on an electronic device as being public and accessible to everyone in the world someday. People reminisce about a time when we got our information from more neutral sources, newspapers and stuff, right? And over time, we've gotten into more biased news networks that are appealing to their own audiences on the internet. And this problem has only continued to get worse. And with the unleashing of artificial intelligence, of AI, on the internet, I think it may be completely out of hand. We have already reached the moment where you can't know if something you read online was written by an actual sentient human. AI might just generate random stuff and pretend to be people, publish stuff, and you don't know if a person actually wrote it, right? Soon enough, we may allow some AI algorithms to control our news generation, right? And how it's marketed, and we may completely lose understanding of how these algorithms are working. You might not know if the articles being generated are even based on real information, and you might not know if the stuff you're seeing is the same stuff other people are seeing. This worries me, and I wonder if our confidence in any information that we find online could be destroyed. To free yourself, I think you need to cut off your reliance on this technology. Romantically, a return to paper. But obviously you can still use your devices and stuff, but if everything gets screwed, you need to be okay. And you might have reason not to want to rely on all this technology, even if everything doesn't break someday. Your information is out of your own control, and everything can be used against you. Very few of us will gain anything from our personal online presence. Personally, I don't want to give people ammunition to use against me, right? I already have tons of stuff out there that's been on my devices or stuff I've posted online, comments I've made, whatever, that are just going to be there forever, and there's nothing I can do about it. But I could pull back and kind of stop contributing to it, right? I can stop piling on liability for the future and protect myself from abuse by pulling back my digital presence. So here's kind of what I'm doing and what I am trying to do. So, I have been writing and outlining my thoughts on paper instead of on some digital device. It's way more intuitive for just exporting your thoughts and how you're thinking. It's so much more malleable with a pen than just with text on a screen. And I can prevent myself from brain cell damage from just staring at a screen all the time, right? It's much nicer to just have this in your pocket, whip it out, write some stuff down. And it is more private, right? So like, this is just subject to my own physical protection instead of me having to rely on some entity to supposedly protect it for me. So check these out. I don't even know what it's called. It's a mini composition book. 4.5 by 3. I just got it at Walgreens for 99 cents. So pretty cool. Another thing you can do is print out any important documents that you really need to have. That might just be a good practice to do in general. And also, it might not be a bad idea to back up all the information that you have that's really important on your own kind of external hard drive. So once again, if something happens to servers or your computer, you have those. That's just a good rule of thumb in general, though. And also think about this. If something is truly private and secret, maybe you shouldn't write it down anywhere. Like, you can use your head. People have been doing that for thousands of years. People did this for a long time. If they had a secret, they would just know it and remember it, commit it to memory, and then it can never be taken from you, right? It's truly secure. Just a thought. I realize I sound like a criminal or something. Like I don't actually have a lot of secrets to hide. This just seems like kind of good practice instead of just mindlessly putting everything online or on your little devices in a little document called secret stuff. So then, person-to-person interaction. This is another good one, right? If there's something sensitive or important to talk about with someone, actually find them and talk to them in person. You don't need to invite technology into that and create a barrier between the two of you. This doubles to protect you from any of that interaction being abused by someone else, and also deepen your personal interactions and relationships with people in your life, right? And then digital presence at large. I'm taking measures to minimize my internet presence and also to find mastery over my phone primarily. So first of all, with internet presence, I'm removing as much of my trace as I can, and I'm trying not to increase it in worthless ways like posting and commenting unnecessary stuff. So I've already deleted some of my accounts, like on TikTok and Snapchat. I had old accounts that I didn't use anyway, but I actually, fully deleted them. I exported anything that I wanted as a memory from them, mainly Snapchat. I had some old memories, and then I deleted the account permanently. And I'm going to do that with my Facebook account probably as well. I just don't need all of this old information, whether it's posts or stuff that happened in my life, old pages I used to like, comments I made all over the place. I just don't need that anymore, and I don't use it. I don't like the platform. All I use it for is Facebook Marketplace, and I'm just going to make a new account for Facebook Marketplace probably. And then I'm currently still keeping like my Instagram account. I think that's a useful kind of like background check social tool. But I've made my account private, and I unfollowed and removed from following me like 2/3 of my followers. So I have very few people there. Only people that I really actually see or care about. You don't have to do that, but that's just that I decided to do. Because I almost just deleted it, but figured I should just keep it there. So that's my compromise for now. And then finally, I also privated a bunch of old YouTube videos that I had that didn't need to be public anymore. Yeah, just reducing my overall presence on the internet on all these different platforms. And then 2, I know many of us have participated in the ongoing battle to control our own phones instead of letting them control us, right? So much of what's on there is fighting for your attention all the time, and it is so difficult not to just cycle through looking at all your apps and checking everything. So in my pursuit of phone mastery, this is what I've done. I've deleted all of the social kind of apps that I had left, including even email. So like the mail app, YouTube Studio, LinkedIn, and I already didn't have Snapchat or Instagram or anything on there. But all of that is gone. There's really no social apps. I still have Safari and Spotify, I guess, right? But I really want the phone to just be a tool for my own purposes. And I don't really need it for anything that I can do on my laptop. So anyway, I still have stuff like phone, iMessage, calendar, camera and photos, calculator, notes, voice memos, maps, files, clock, weather, books, guitar tuner, parking apps, Venmo, authenticator apps, Uber, like stuff like that. But these are all just utilities that help me do stuff that I need to do, right? I don't want to get a light phone because, once again, I wouldn't have Uber or Spotify, or like the maps on those, I guess, kind of stink. But I'm trying to be really purposeful about what I actually do have on this device. So as you can see, I also changed my phone to a minimal black and white style a while back. And I try to use it in grayscale so it's less interesting. And like I said, I can access YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and email on purpose when I want to from my laptop. Okay, I already said that. So anyway, I've just been working on all this stuff recently and wanted to kind of share it because it's turned into a decent little project. I want to be a person that lives in the real world and interacts with technology only when it has purposeful utility to me. And I think I'm just going to ramble a little bit now about why I made this video. But I was just thinking about AI and how all these teachers are having all these issues where how do you know that students aren't just using AI to assist in everything that they do if it's online, right? I think if I were a teacher, I would have to give them a prompt in class and have them write a paper in pencil on paper during class time. I don't really know how else to get around it. And that's just one solution to one issue. There are way more than just that. And then I was thinking, man, it would be cool if there was kind of a return to paper, right? Just kind of all around. Just because of how unreliable and crazy the internet is getting. If people kind of took a step back. Like, what if there were a coffee shop that you could go to where devices weren't really allowed and it was all about just people interacting, you can write stuff on paper once again, you would just be a little more present. And I know this sounds romantic and people talk about this stuff all the time, but that just sounds refreshing to me. And I would totally go there. But yeah, I kind of wonder if moving forward, some people will kind of be on my train of thought and start to step away from technology, and another group will continue to embrace it and move forward with it. And maybe that'll be a polarizing new thing, but maybe not. I guess we'll see. But I can't help thinking that we are kind of at a crossroads where taking a step back from the internet may be one of our best options. But keep watching my videos, even if you leave. Just kidding. You can just leave.